Chapter 4. The air in the Tesseract suddenly shivered, turning from the scent of plumeria to the sharp electric tang of ozone and sea salt. A vertical slit of white-hot light tore through the 1950s wallpaper, expanding into a shimmering vortal that bridged 35,000 feet of altitude and 2,000 miles of ocean in a heartbeat. Angel stepped through, looking effortlessly radiant in a sundress that seemed to hold the warmth of the Maui sun. In her arms she cradled a large, silver-grey short hair that looked less like a pet and more like a predator, waiting for a reason to escalate.
Cloclops,
Sam muttered, eyeing the cat. The feline's eyes were wide and golden, flickering with the same ancient, murderous intent as the stop-motion Cyclops from the old Sinbad movies Sam had obsessed over as a kid. Clops had two eyes, sure, but she carried the spirit of the monster that once had haunted his nightmares, and she definitely had a taste for human blood if you caught her in the mid-morning mood.
Dinner is served, Sam,
Angel said, stepping over a bundle of fiber-optic cables as the vortal snapped shut behind her.
Angel, honey.
Sam sighed, leaning back in his boy's seat, while the zero-point generator groaned under the strain of the sudden teleportation.
That was a massive energy bloom. Every UFO nut from Kihei to Kahului just watched their light bulbs flare like supernaves. Even the ones with the power turned off are going to be reporting angelic visitations on the forums tonight. You're making us a very bright target.
they'll survive the excitement, Sam. Besides, Biff looked like he needed the company.
She replied, setting Clops down. The Tesseract Feline Manifest. The silver-grey terror immediately began a slow, deliberate patrol of the office, her tail twitching with mechanical precision. She wasn't alone for long. Out of the shadows of the lab equipment and the hidden corners of the hydroponic bay, the rest of the Tesseract's feline residents began to emerge. There were 7 in total, ghosts in the machine, living in the gaps of the Astra's geometry. Among them, Quig 1 was the most formidable in his own peculiar way. As Sam stood up to greet his wife, Quig 1 was already at his heels. It was the cat's singular superpower, a relentless tactical escort service, no matter where you were going. Whether it was to analyze a lunar artifact or simply to the bathroom, Quig 1 was there, leading the way with a tail held high like a fuzzy antenna, ensuring you never faced the perils of the hallway alone.
Biff,
Sam called out.
set a 3rd place for dinner, and maybe a bowl of that high-protein tuna for the Cyclops. I'd like to keep my shins intact for the rest of the mission.
Biff emerged from the back, his polished chassis gleaming.
A pleasure to see you, Mrs. Tracer, though I must inform you that the energy spike from your arrival has caused the Apollo artifact to hum in a key that is technically discordant. It appears the seed doesn't like visitors.
The artifact on the scanner flared, a deep, angry crimson, its song turning from a bluesy ukulele riff to a low, rhythmic growl that matched Clops' own warning purr.
The Deep Soak Modification Plan.
The S-Crub unit's response to Biff's plan was a series of sharp, rhythmic thuds against the hull, a Morse code tirade that translates roughly to,
I am a sophisticated piece of speculative engineering, not a grease monkey for a flying salad bowl.
Biff said, his polished chassis catching the neon glow of the diner.
Ignore the spider. Its ego is currently larger than its processing core. But the logic is sound, Sam. If we submerge ourselves in the THC oil bath during the translunar injection, our biological and synthetic frequencies will be dampened. We'll be invisible to the seed's passive sensors. And coating the hull? It creates a refractive organic layer that confuses the gardener's spectral analysis. We won't just be a cloud, we'll be a ghost wrapped in a dream.
Sam wiped the last of the burger grease from his chin.
You want to turn the most advanced stealth craft in the black budget arsenal into a giant spacefaring tincture? It's crazy, Biff. It's Dean Koontz levels of
He
weird.
paused, looking at Angel, who was already nodding.
I love it. Let's do it.
The suits. Sam pulled 2 pressure-modified speculative suits from the lockers. They weren't the bulky white marshmallows of the Apollo era. These were the slick, matte black skins, layered with liquid crystal sensors and reinforced with a weave that could withstand both vacuum and the crushing G-forces of an MFD-driven jump. The airlock modification. Biff began rerouting the hydroponic plumbing.
I am installing a secondary bypass. The S-Crub unit will then have to, spread the coating evenly. It will be furious.
The bath. The laboratory deep-soak tank was prepped. It was a pressurized cylinder filled with a golden, translucent liquid that shimmered with a faint bioluminescent glow. It was designed for droid maintenance, but tonight it would be a sanctuary for a man, a machine, and a very confused silver-grey cat if Chloe Klops decided to follow. Mission High Tide,
Sam,
Angel said, her hand resting on the airlock lever.
if we're doing this, we're doing it now. The Watchers haven't replied yet, which means they're either arguing about the bill or they've already been compromised.
Quig 1, to the bathroom.
Sam commanded as the Abyssinian cat trotted toward the securest part of the ship.
Biff, prime the MFD ring. Set the destination for the Delporte Crater rim. Let's see if the moon god likes the smell of Maui's finest.
The 0-point generator let out a long, low whine that climbed into the ultrasonic. Outside, the S-Crub unit let out one final sarcastic click before the Astra began to bleed into the darkness of the upper atmosphere.